I've been trying to film this video like forever, but you know, perfectionist over here. I also have the hiccups, so we're gonna ease into this a little slowly. You guys, excuse me. You guys, Joey B, the president, the king of America, the emperor of America, is threatening to ban cryptocurrency for the dumbest reason, just because it uses a little bit too much energy, just because it uses more energy than a small country, yada yada yada, yada 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 yada. You and I both know, because you're followers of this channel, that Bitcoin energy usage is more than justified. In order to have a decentralized payment system that's outside of anyone's control, you need to give a little to get a little. So instead of having a centralized entity controlling the entire network, and when I mean control to the point where they can take your money from you whenever they want, Bitcoin is the opposite, and in exchange we just have to give the network lots of electricity. So why am I even bringing this up? Why does it even matter? Because it seems like the White House is finally getting serious about this energy usage thing. And in this video, I'm going to tell you why they shouldn't even care. There are way bigger things to deal with than a little bit of Bitcoin energy usage. And if they truly understood what the energy was being used for and why it's needed, then maybe they would have a different tone of voice. But of course, government's gonna government. Other governments have been known for banning cryptocurrency because it's outside the realm of their control. As for the American government, I didn't think they would even consider banning cryptocurrency, but here we are. And it's not because they can't control it, it's because apparently it just uses a little too much energy. Let's hop into my computer to see what the King of America, Joey B, has to say. Or more specifically, the White House. This is from Decrypt. The White House is saying Bitcoin mining must be greener, or the US should ban it. The White House has said it wants federal agencies and states to make mining cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin more climate friendly, or else. What are you going to do, Joe? The White House says today suggested that US lawmakers and regulators soon crack down on cryptocurrency mining because of its large carbon footprint. In a Thursday report mandated by President Biden in an executive order in March, the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy said that crypto miners should reduce greenhouse gas emissions. With the help from the Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, the Department of Energy, or DOE, and other federal agencies. It proposed that the government collect more data on power usage from the industry, advance energy efficiency standards, and it promoted the use of environmentally responsible crypto asset technologies. But the White House also went as far to say that if measures to make mining greener don't work, energy-intensive crypto mining, namely Bitcoin, could be banned altogether. Should these measures prove ineffective at reducing impacts, the administration should explore executive actions, and Congress might consider legislation to limit or eliminate the use of high energy intensity consensus mechanisms for crypto asset mining, the report said. Mining cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin uses huge amounts of energy in order to verify blocks of transactions to blockchains. A lot of computer power is needed, so mining is often done on an industrial scale. Of course, you already knew this because you took my cryptocurrency beginners course at bitcoinbrainiac.org, but for those of you that don't want to join us in the future, Bitcoin uses a lot of energy because all the computers all over the world running the Bitcoin software need to have an updated ledger in order to verify transactions. They need to all be on the same page that every transaction is not fraudulent, and they all share an updated ledger with every Bitcoin transaction all the way back to the very first one in 2009. You used to be able to mine Bitcoin on a laptop with almost no energy, but now Bitcoin mining is so energy intensive because Bitcoin is so expensive and there's so much competition to mine it. It requires lots of factories with lots of computers and lots of energy, and a lot of times these factories are creating Bitcoin energy with not so green methods like coal. Because the majority of the population doesn't understand what Bitcoin is and what it does, as reflected by this on sale price. It's very easy to look at Bitcoin energy consumption and be like, yo, this is using a lot of energy for nothing. When in reality, that energy is being used to keep the most secure payment network in the world secure. Now back to my computer. And the US is now a Bitcoin mining hotspot after China cracked down on the industry. Mining operations flocked to North America. Today's report added that the US share of global mining from Bitcoin rose 3.5% in 2020 to 38% now. And that's true. Bitcoin energy usage in China was getting so bad, and China was using such unclean methods of producing energy that the people couldn't breathe. So the Chinese government had to step in and take some very serious measures against Bitcoin mining, and a lot of the operations moved to North America. Now, it is important to note that a lot of Bitcoin mining is also done using clean energy like hydropower, wind energy, and solar, so let's keep that in mind. In March, President Joe Biden signed an executive order that sought to establish a broad strategy for the US government to regulate the crypto industry, including mining. And right here, they mention the difference between proof of work and proof of stake blockchains and the Ethereum operation known as the merge coming up in a couple days. And if you don't know what the merge is, you can check out the video in the description down below, which will definitely help with Ethereum's electricity issue, but Bitcoin will most likely never transition to proof of stake, just letting you know. Like it says right here, there have been growing calls for proof-of-work blockchains to adopt less energy-intensive consensus mechanisms. The most prominent reaction has been Ethereum's promised launch of Ethereum 2.0, which isn't called Ethereum 2.0 anymore, by the way, which uses a proof-of-stake consensus mechanism. So what do I think about all this? Yes, Bitcoin uses a lot of energy. It uses a disgusting amount of energy. But my friends, you need to remember what this energy is being used for. You need to keep in mind that this right here is created by the same people that are telling you that Bitcoin is bad. And yes, money is useful. Money is great, but when the people that are creating the money are actively deteriorating it by flooding the market with more money so that the value of your dollar is now worth 90 cents, that's pretty lame, right? Not only that, if you were to take this dollar, this physical dollar, and digitize it and give it to Wells Fargo or Chase or PayPal, you essentially have to take their word that this dollar was actually digitized and it's actually yours. And as we've seen throughout history, that's not always the case. These institutions don't always keep their promises. Now, Bitcoin is the same thing, except Bitcoin isn't controlled by the government and it isn't controlled by a company. It's held on every computer running the Bitcoin software all over the world, and that is how transactions are validated. That's how it stays secure. So as opposed to a bank with one central secure authority, it's distributed all over the world so the Bitcoin network cannot be hacked. And of course, the trade-off with this, like I said earlier, is a lot of energy. Now that you know what Bitcoin energy usage is for, it isn't for some magical internet money that doesn't do anything. We can compare that to other things that use a lot of energy, like air conditioning. According to CoinJournal.com, global air conditioning consumes 16 times the amount of electricity as Bitcoin. 16 times. Now, yes, I understand that air conditioners are important, but Bitcoin uses 16 times less energy in order to keep the world's first fair digital decentralized money up and running. That kind of seems important to me. Of course, Ethereum's move to proof of stake from proof of work will make Ethereum use 99% less energy. But the Bitcoin network is just too old and too big and it would just take too much to move Bitcoin from proof of stake to from proof of work to proof of stake. So there's not much you can really do about the energy consumption. Bitcoin by nature is supposed to be old and slow and expensive. It's like the early internet. And back to the energy usage concerning the United States, if we look right here, we can look at the country ranking of the annual electricity consumption. Yeah, the United States uses quite a bit, but China is still raking it in because China tends to have cheap energy, and up until recently they really didn't care about how you created that energy. After the United States, we have India, then the Russian Federation, of course, Japan, Brazil, Canada, Korea, Germany, and France. If you want to get even deeper in the weeds, we can take a look at this other chart from the Bitcoin Mining Council. Global Bitcoin mining compared to residential buildings in terms of terawatts. Global Bitcoin mining is 220 terawatts an hour, and global residential buildings are 26,000 terawatts per hour. Of course, we need residential buildings. Road vehicles, 15,000. Of course, we need road vehicles. Non-residential buildings, we need those as too. Road fight vehicles, we need those. We need all these things, right? But do we need all these things as much as computer games and holiday lights? Bitcoin uses a little bit more energy than holiday lights in terms of terawatts. It even uses less than gold mining. Speaking of gold, remember that Bitcoin mining is creating a scarce asset. There's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin in existence, and when people realize that, the price is going to go insane, ladies and gentlemen. But luckily, you're here right now when the price is not insane. It's just insane because it's so low, and I think it'll go lower, so hold on. According to Nasdaq.com, Bitcoin consumes less than half the energy of the global banking or gold industries. Look at this chart. Estimated annual energy consumption per year. This is from Nasdaq.com. A recent report from Galaxy Digital found that the Bitcoin network consumes less than half the energy consumed by the global banking or gold industries. A recently released research report. Bitcoin is a fundamentally novel technology, not a precise substitute for any one legacy system. According to the report, Bitcoin is not solely a settlement layer, not solely a store of value, and not solely a medium of exchange. There's no denying that the Bitcoin network consumes a substantial amount of energy, but this energy consumption is what makes it so robust and secure. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to have money outside of the government that is insecure, I suggest you go invest in some XRP. But if you want a store of value, a medium of exchange, and a settlement layer that is as secure as it comes, it allows people to hold value digitally outside of the control of a bank, then I suggest you look up some Bitcoin. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Bonjin. This has been today's Bitcoin news, and I'll see you tomorrow. If you want to learn more about Bitcoin, check out my course at bitcoinbrainiac.org and also my daily free newsletter also at bitcoinbrainiac.org. And if you know a lot about Bitcoin, you're a blockchain developer, engineer, or whatever, what have you, looking for a job, check out web3employee.io. It is an online job board I built to help Web3 engineers and builders get paired with the most exciting projects and startups in the space. So go ahead and check that out. All that good stuff is in the description below. Please subscribe if you like this video, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace out.